Right then, we are live.
Cool.
Brilliant. Just waiting to get Nunda in. What's that? No, we didn't. Well, it looked like we were getting that way again, didn't it? I mean, it took us quite a while to get into the session. We had people getting kicked, hence the 15-minute delay. We had only 12 people in the lobby at the time. People just kept getting kicked, couldn't join the invites, but we've heard that it's happened in other leagues at the moment as well. So hopefully PSN doesn't crash on us. But we will get going as soon as Nunda joins the lobby. We did say we'll then start at 8:30, hence the delay. As soon as that clock ticks, 8:30, well, as soon as Nunda joins, then we will go. DT Bevs, he's probably not sure what car he's going to be. He's waiting for Nunda. That's alright. So Nunda is in. Nunda is going to pick Ferrari. So that's his team. DT Bevs is in the McLaren. DT Bevs, the last minute call up. He's reserving tonight alongside Guna, who's reserving in the Haas for Argentina. DT Bevs are reserving for FaZe Bailey, who dropped out last minute. Sloth's reserving in the Renault for Bills. Other 17 drivers are our usual drivers. Let's ready up, guys, and let's get going then. For race number 18, we are getting towards the end. Only 4 races left after today.
3 races left for the League One as well.
Here we go then. Oh, Hungary. What's your thoughts on Hungary, Crazy Bill?
One of my favourite tracks. I think it's
Mine
one of
too.
everyone's favourite tracks, to be honest. But
I love Hungary.
not much overtaking opportunities. Opportunities.
There's not, as the straight's pretty long, as you can see it now in the screen, and that's good enough to get some moves done. Although I've got quite a slow setup, so I rarely do get moves done. Qualifying, I would have to say, is important here. Definitely important to qualify high up here, or you'll be in for a difficult race.
Please that rain.
We got Yo-Yo from Falling Moments in the comments. Jake the Slayer, who's closing in back up to the promotion spots. He was right up there the first few races of the season. He's backed off ever since, but in the last 3 or 4 races he's really crawled his way back up. Close behind Marvsky in the standings now, who is currently in P3. He's actually P4, but Argentina is not getting promoted as he can't make the Saturdays for the Premier League. Anyway, whilst we've got this 45-second ahead glitch that gives us a great chance. Oh, nearly dropped my control on the floor. Gives us a great chance to have a look through the standings. So we have got in the lead is Argentina, who's not racing tonight. As I mentioned earlier, he's not racing tonight, so it gives people a chance to close up to him. He's on 201 points, 39 clear of Nunda. So if Nunda wins today, it's then 14 the gap, so that'll be closed up. 10 points behind Nunda is FIFA Beefy, who is in the Red Bull, one of our quickest drivers in this league. Looks like he's on for a promotion. He's 19 clear of Marv. Marv's 21 clear of Jake the Slayer. And then from Jake the Slayer, 15 points separate him, Mackenzie and DJ Jawley between 5th and 7th. So it's the final promotion spot. It does look like Nunda and Beefy are going to be in the Premier League next year. The final spot looks like it's going to be between Marv, Jake the Slayer, Mackenzie and DJ Jawley. Cryptic Alibi and Adam make up the top 10. And the bottom 3 at the moment are Theo, FaZe Bailey and Vintage, who at the moment will be heading down to League One. Of course, like we said, we are having a bit of a reshuffle anyway with some of the drivers. Looking to the constructors then, Haas lead from a Ferrari from Mercedes, close between those 3. Red Bull Racing Point and McLaren the next 3, with Renault, Williams, AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo the bottom 4. Of course, Andy Liu as well, you may notice, who's currently P9. He does have a Q2 ban for today, which I hope he's remembered. He's got a Q2 ban after that incident last week on lap 1 in Abu Dhabi with, I think it was Jake, the reserve, and then Marvsky as well. It was really, really marginal. It was only a tiny little hit, which made it did cause all 3 of them to spin and ended all their races at the end of the day. So it was unlucky for Andy Lou, but it is a Q2 band for him. Currently you can see DJ Julie. He's keen. I think he's going to be first actually start his lap. No, he's not. We've actually got Adam and Crazy Bill already on their laps. We're going to go on board with Adam. I absolutely love this track. It's definitely one of my top 3. I just tend to have I have quite a bit of pace. Oh, Adam's gone very wide there, though. I have a bit of pace around here. I love swinging the car through the corners, and Adam's got his line all wrong at the moment. This is the most... Oh, look at this corner. It's incredible. And Adam's gone a bit too wide there. I don't think Hungary's one of Adam's favourite tracks. That's for sure by looking at this first sector so far. Yeah, he's really struggling, Adam is here. Not getting into the flow of things yet. Adam's one of those drivers, though, his quality performance are never the best. He always does better in the races than he does in the qualifying performances. And this is a much tidier end to Sector 2, though, for Adam. He seems to be getting into the groove of things now. He's taking it a little bit wide, going to that final corner. And he's taking it, again, a little bit too wide, but he's managed to recover it quite well. So Adam's going to be first to set a lap then. Hasn't looked a fantastic time so far, though, from Adam. He's out of VRS, and he comes across the line, and he goes up P1 for 1:16.4. Crazy Bill's going to be next. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit quicker. What can Crazy Bill do? Is a 1:15.4, so he goes a second quicker. We then have Ayrton starting a lap. We've then got Jawley starting a lap. He had a really slow out lap then. We've then got a McLaren of Dylan starting his lap too. Not sure who else we've got on a lap at the moment. We've got Marv, and we've got... Yeah, Marv's going to be next, I think, to do his time. And this little less sector here. There we go. That's how to do it for Marv. That's much better. Oh, he's gone very wide there. He's gone very wide. He's invalidated his time. He didn't need to go that wide there, Marv. Not sure why he did. He went on the grass. And that has invalidated for him.
Really
See Andy Lou getting past. Well. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. Jake the Slayer's on a lap. Just starting it. Vintage on an out lap. Oh, Vintage getting a little bit wobbly there in his out lap. Trying to save his tyres first, and then says Jawley's on another out lap. Oh, he's still on his out lap. It's a long out lap then. Oh, he's coming in the pits. Not sure why, not sure what's gone wrong there. As we see Ayrton go up to P2, and it's a 1:15.8 for Ayrton. Next up, we're going to have a McLaren. Is that going to be Dylan? It is Dylan. Let's see what he can do. It's P2 for Dylan. It's a 1:15.4. Very close. That is the Crazy Bill's time. Next up is going to be the Alfa Romeo. Is it going to be Andy Lou? No, it's not going to be Andy Lou. Andy Lou's invalidated. That's going to be Theo then to start his lap. Next up is going to be the Racing Point of Cryptocalibre to start his lap. Then got a Ferrari. That's Nunda. Let's see what Nunda can do. The man second in the championship takes P1 for 1:15.2. It's really close. There's only 2 attempts between him and Crazy Bill. AlphaTauri up next then. That's going to be the Bearded Dave. He's invalidated, unfortunately. He's going to go again. It's improved his performances the last few weeks, the Bearded Dave, that's for sure. We've got a Ferrari coming to the pits, and we've got the Renault of I Am Sloth coming across to finish his lap. 2 P10s last week for I Am Sloth. He's up to P2 here. Great lap there. You've got P10 reserve in the Championship and in the Premier League. So we see Vintage coming across the line to start his lap. And then got a Red Bull as well, and that's going to be Shadders to start his lap. Oh, pardon me. Mercedes. DJ Jawley on a lap then. We've also got Marv as well. I'm not sure if he's on a quick lap. No, he's not. He's saving up. He didn't validate, of course. He is going again, though, Marvsky. DT Bev's on an out lap then. Be interesting to see what he can do. DT Bev's, it really looks like, with just 3 races left in League 1. Looks like DT Bevs will be racing in the Championship next year himself. So it'll be good practice for him today, making his Championship debut. To see what it's going to be like for him next year is Theo takes P2. He must have been practicing this week. Fantastic effort there from Theo. Let's have a look at the Mercedes then. I think that's going to be DJ Jawley, isn't it? At last. Here goes DJ Jawley then. Let's see what he can do. He crosses the line. It's to start a lap. There we go then. He was on an out lap. His times are all wrong, Jawley. I'm not sure what's going on again. He's saying he's been on this lap for 1 minute 10 seconds. It said he was on 2 out laps in a row. So yeah, DJ Jawley's screen is definitely playing up, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets kicked from the session soon. We have had issues going into this session with the stream as well. Not the stream, sorry, I mean the lobby. And the F1 servers, PSN servers have been down. Shadows went up to P7, I think we missed that. Yeah, we go, he's only just managed to do so. And then got, I think that's, is it Theo going on another lap? I think it is, isn't it? He's getting, oh no, it's not. Must have been a Ferrari then. That's Jake the Slayer then coming across the line to start his lap. And then got DT Bevs to see what he can do. P1, DT Bevs. He's 4 tenths quicker than Nunda. Wow, wow, wow. He's definitely looking good for being a championship next year, isn't he? We did decide after last week, though, because I think it's far reserving from the Premier League and this league, if anyone finishes on the podium that is a reserve, they won't have their points. So they'll still get the points for their constructor. So it does get a bit confusing because that's only fair for them. But they will move down the order and everyone else will move up a place if a reserve gets on the podium. Just because towards the end of the season people want every point they can get, and Jake the Slayer takes P1. He's really improved lately, isn't he? Fantastic that there from Jake the Slayer. Yeah, in practice in Hungary last night, I think I joined out with him. Me and him shared the front row. In qualifying, as we see Shadows on a second lap, goes up to P4. Drivers finding a bit more time then. We saw Vintage go down, he's down in P12, 1:17.6. A lot of drivers haven't set a time yet though. FIFA Beefy's definitely one to watch out for. McKenty and Marvsey as well. And Marvsey can't get a lap done, can he, without invalidating at the moment? He is finding a bit of trouble, isn't he, at the moment, Marvsey? I think he won a couple of races early on in the season, but he has struggled in the second half of the season, hasn't he? Who's going to be next then? It is going to be Adam to start a lap. So I'll have a quick look into the comments. We've got Nunda saying, had to join a ranked lobby and leave to make it work. Hello Jake saying Tango, even to Tango, looking forward to seeing Tango race in the Premier League tomorrow after his podium last week. Rain at the end, but we won't see it unless we get safety cars, saying Cryptic Alibi. So if there's safety cars in the race, we could have rain come the end of the race. Someone sacrificed himself, saying Nunda, he wants to rain. Even Jake saying Vintage. Cryptic Alibi saying I'm with Nunda here if a few people want to cause safety cars. Well, absolutely not, but if we want to see some rain, that is what's going to happen. Good luck all, saying Shadows. Shadows on the back of a great race in League 1 he had earlier today. Well, earlier this evening in fact. I think he finished P4. We've got Serious Mushroom saying evening all. Serious Mushroom, another Premier League driver racing tomorrow. Where did Guna come race one? He got P10. He finished P10. Whether I think that's going to go down to P11, just because we had someone that was, it was Dead Rabbit, I think he was running 6th, and he got disqualified for absolutely no reason. So he is going to get probably pushed up after the stewards look at it. Back up to his P6, so it put him down to put Guna down to P11 as Adam goes up to P10 himself. Bottled it. SHIT lap, says Adam. Was he talking about? I'm sure he weren't talking about lap 1. He can't type and race at the same time. That was a much better lap there from Adam. As you see, Guna got to P13 and Vintage has put in a good lap. It's a 1:16.7 there from him. That is competitive from Vintage. Great effort there. As we see Cryptic Alibi get up to P12. Yeah, Formula Moments is happy with his lap. Cockpit view Nunda's trying to use today as well. See how that's going to go for him. It's so hard with the Halo, isn't it? I used to love using that view, but Halo came out and Adam, you don't be clipping that white curb there, you're going to go spinning.
You know you can take it off in the settings.
Can you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh well, might have to try that then. Who have we got out on the track at the moment on a lap? Guna, I'm not sure. No, I don't think he's on a lap. Vintage coming in the pits. The Maniac has just improved. He's done a 1:17.0. He still needs to find a bit more time though. He's slower than Guna and Vintage and his teammate the Bearded Dave at the moment. Jawley's on an out lap. Both Mercedes really struggling, aren't they, to get laps set. And then McKenty and Beefy. So 4 of the drivers contending for promotion. Haven't set a lap yet, but DJ Geordie's just changed that. Although he's only up to P13. So yeah, I think, is the pressure getting to them a little bit then? Let's have a look with these three. Beefy's going to be first across the line. In fact, no, McKenzie is. McKenzie's now coming onto the straight. Love the exit there. Let's see what McKenzie can do. It's P4. There we go. He's safety through. Beefy's going to be next. P5 for Beefy. There we go. They're both safety through. It's only Marv now. Then we're going to go on board with Marvsky for his lap. Actually, we're going to take an overhead view. And Marv's been, like we say, he's not been on the best of form recently, but he's still clinging on to that final promotion spot at the moment. And with only 4 races left after today. Oh, he's getting a bit wobbly through there, as you can see. Don't know why it still says Crazy Bill's got the fastest lap down the bottom. Oh, he nearly went 4 wheels off there. He's really pushing it to the limits. It's Marv. If he does get through, he's going to push his teammate down. So Mercedes really struggling. I know this lap looks better from Marvsky. Is this on fitted? So yeah, I think he's been on these soft tyres for 3 laps already, so he might struggle to get a decent time, but he's going to get a time at least. And that's something he's not done yet. So everyone will have a time on the board after this. Let's see what Marv can do, and as he crosses the line, it's P13. So there we go. Not fantastic from Marvsky, but he does get himself out of the drop zone and push his teammate DJ Jawley down into the drop zone. So at the moment, after the first round, we've got the Maniac, Vintage, Gooner, the Billy Dave and Jawley all going out at the moment. Really close between Jawley and Cryptic Alibi Loan. Most people in the pits. Dylan's gone out again and invalidated. Ayrton's on a slower lap at the moment, I think that is. We've also got Marv still out there on his in lap, and DJ Jawley is now coming out of the pits. There we go, he's now coming out of the pits, so it says he's on a lap. Not sure what's going on there. It's Code Masters, that's all I can say. Vintage saying, nice to see Vintage improving so much, saying Serious Mushroom. And absolutely, I remember when Vintage first joined us, I think it was France a few months ago, he first reserved for us. I think it was 8 seconds a lap down. And I was thinking, oh, what have I done? And look at him now, look. Look at that time. Less than 2 seconds off the lead. Competitive time, you wouldn't even know that he was so many seconds behind just a couple of months ago. Made his debut in the commentary box for our weekend races earlier today for League One. Did the practice yesterday for us on Twitch. He's absolutely loving it at the moment, and he's really improving. You can see it on the track as well. And next year his target is to get some points, I'm sure, for next season. Great to see though, really happy to see him really getting competitive now. So Jake the Slayer is P1, DT Bev's P2 and Nunda P3. About attempt to separate them. McKenty, FIFA Beefy, Shadows, Alfa Romeo guys, they normally qualify quite well. Theo and Andy Lou, but they really struggle to keep it together for the race. Theo not got any points yet and looks like he might be relegated at this stage. Adam then is on another lap.
Marsky put in a Discord, 4 invalid laps in a row, I'm going to get disqualified from race.
Yeah, Marv, we did notice, didn't we? He was getting invalidated lap. He does struggle with the old corner cutting. There's something. Oh, it's Adams. He's done really well there through there. Don't know any of the corner names here. I do apologise, but we saw him struggle with this sector earlier on, and that's much better from Adam. This is where Marv went really wide and invalidated. Adam keeps it together then. So he was up coming out of sector 1. Let's see what it's going to be like coming out of sector 2. Once he gets over this corner, down it towards the end of this straight. There we go. It's 3 tenths up, Adam. It's a good effort from him. If he can improve the same amount in the final sector, he could be on for P6 here. If he can find another tenth or 2 in the final sector, that's better from Adam. That is much better. Good entrance onto the straight then. Adam could be safe. He's been vulnerable to going out in Q1 lately, Adam. So he'll be really happy if he can get up to the top 10 with this lap. And he's P7. Really good lap there from Adam. Not 100% safe yet though. Let's go further down the grid then. It's the bottom 4 we want to keep our eyes on. Beardy Dave is a 10.5 up then. Looks like he's going to be taking himself out of the drop zone as well. Let's see what he does. It's P13. There we go. He's safe for now. Pushes Marv down and Cryptic Alibi and Jawley even further down. Gooner then. He's slightly down on his time at the moment. Gooner, Sloth's retired. It is in the pits though, so he's obviously invalidating, gone back into the pits. Vintage is just starting another lap. The Maniac, let's see what he can do. P9 for the Maniac. Wow, did not expect that at all. Fantastic that for the Maniac there. Really well done. He's usually going out in Q1 lately. He won't be today by the looks of things. Great lap there from the Maniac. Both Mercedes are in the pits. Both Mercedes are in the pits. Both Mercedes, who are battling for the final promotion spot, are out in Q1. And it could get even worse because Guna's just set a time. Now he's going to be out, unfortunately, Guna, but he has got himself up into P16, so he's not going to start on the back row. Cryptic Alibi's on an outlap. Of course, we have got this glitch, haven't we? We're about 40 odd seconds behind. I'm not sure Cryptic's going to make it, though. He should have about 40 seconds. So yeah, he should just about make it. How long have you got left on your screen?
20 seconds now.
20 seconds, exactly, is it?
Yep.
I'm not sure Cryptic Alibi is going to make it then. Vintage is 7 temps down, unfortunately, so I think he's out as well.
12,
Cryptic Alibi, I don't think it's going to make it. Jawley,
9,
he's now going out, I'm not sure why.
7,
Vintage is in the pits, yeah, so he's going to start last.
3,
Count.
2, 1. He's just missed it.
He's missed. Cryptic's missed.
Just missed it by a second.
And Jawley's going to be out as well. I'm not sure why he's just come out on the track. We think he's getting huge glitches though, DJ Jawley. And then Guna is down his time as well, so there we go. Both Alpha Tauris, both Alfa Romeos. There was a couple of weeks ago, I think it might have been Singapore, where they were the back two rows of the grid, Alfa Romeo and Alpha Tauri. And they're all through this time. It's both Mercedes out. Who'd have thought that? Vintage out as well. Cryptic Alibi's out in 18th, which again is a bit of a surprise there. And then Guna in 16th out as well. Williams holding up Cryptic Alibi. Obviously get your footage in on that then. And then they're saying that's the problem. 45 seconds ahead. Yep, thought so. Merc disaster, DJ Jawley's saying. And of course both Mercedes out then. Didn't expect that to happen. We saw Cryptic Alibi miss the finish line. Missed the start line by about half a second, unfortunately. So it's going to be a recovery drive for the Mercedes guys. The only thing I can say to him is that Marvsky especially has done that really well before, and they can obviously work together, being down there together. Maybe one can hold someone up or anything. But Adam wouldn't have known I was on an outlap saying Cryptic. Alright then, that's fine. DJ Jawley has started a lap. DJ's typing in the comments. I'm not sure what is going on, if he's in control of his car or what. But he's glitching like mad. He's not glitching, but as you can tell by the sector times, it's telling us he's on an outlap now as well. He's going absolutely mad. He crashed on his lap, weaving around, did final run in them used tyres. So he's typing in the Discord as well. I don't think Vintage is even in control of his car. Vintage, Jawley. It's just driving around by itself. I'm glad Jawley's out in Q1. I don't mean that for him. I just mean because this is going to cause us problems going forward. I'm not sure what it's doing, so we're going to have to wait. Well, it's only 2 seconds left to the countdown anyway. Oh, come on, they're just waiting, watching this Mercedes AI drive round and round. What is going on? Still says he's on an outlap. It's just driving round. Jawley, how long is this going to happen for?
Might have to leave.
Yeah, yeah, Jawley, mate, you're going to have to leave the session, I think. We're just sat here watching your AI drive round and round for the last 5 minutes. If you could leave the session, then we'll pop you back another invite.
Looks like he's putting in some cracking laps, but we need to get on.
Yeah, his AI is hitting some great laps. It's just constantly on outlap though, isn't it? For the moment saying 25 live viewers, nice. Can we get it higher? Yeah, great to see. 25 people watching. Oh, we've even got a yellow flag now. Yeah, can somebody please message Jawley and tell him to leave the session? Please. Just because this is, well, taking ages. His AI is doing really well though, not invalidating or anything. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, his game is definitely glitched. The stuff's telling him in the Discord.
Off he has left.
There we go, he's left now, there we go. So we can move on, can't we? We'll get him another invite. He should have a spare invite anyway. Confirmation then. Jake to say what a fantastic time that was. And DT Bevs as well. Ferrari looking good today. DT Bevs, I've got to say, so quick in League One so far. In practice last night, he had a fantastic battle with FIFA Beefy as well. Side by side for nearly a whole lap. So we can trust him to keep it clean as well. I'm sure he'll back out when he needs to. And confirmation of the bottom 5 then. Going out, both to Mercedes, Cryptic Alibi there as well. 3 surprises really. Vintage down the back as well. Very competitive time though. Much improved Vintage. Can't wait to see him in the new year. I'm sure we'll be improving even more. And then Gooner as well, reserving down in 16th. Really close though. Look, less than a second between 1st and 17th. Oh dear.
FIFA and Vintage haven't readied up yet. Starting on Vintage now.
It's got 3 seconds and then we advance. And there we go then. Q2 then.
Scary.
Andy Lou, of course, you'll see him retire in the pits just because he has got that Q2 ban. Really so he will be one of the drivers going out. There we go, he does it straight away. Be interesting to see who's going to change onto the mediums now then.
I might just have a dip in
I always think it's worth having a go on the mediums first. If you set a bad lap, oh well. If you set a good lap, you've got a chance of obviously going through.
Dip my toes in, so it's like.
Of course, last week Abu Dhabi, it was such a clean race in the championship, weren't it? You commentated for that last week, didn't you?
4 hours straight, I was commentating.
That was brilliant. That was a brilliant race in Abu Dhabi. Only got to sit and watch for that one. But my wrist is on the mend. I can manage to play the game now at least with minimal pain. Crazy Bill is the first one out then. Then got a Ferrari of Nunda, and the Bearded Dave's up next as well. So Theo will be looking at carrying the baton for Alfa Romeo in Q2 as Andy Lou has got his quali ban. Is he going to stick to the softs? Bearded Dave and the Maniac as well. Be interesting to see what they can do. I think this is the first time that both AlphaTauri drivers have been in Q2 for a long time.
We had an AlphaTauri in the top 10 last race.
Yeah. He goes Crazy Bill then. He is one of them that's gone for the mediums. Of course, Crazy Bill, remember in Belgium a few weeks ago, he put the softs on. And he regretted that to begin with because he was the only one on the softs, but that caused a chain reaction then, and then we ended up with the whole of the top 10 starting on softs. I think that was Belgium. Was it Belgium?
Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. There we go. It was Mexico. We'll leave Crazy Bill alone. He's on a lap, and there we go. Masters. Maybe not the quickest, but he gets through that hardest corner. He avoids the white curb there as well. As soon as you hit that white curb, you spin. This is a tough bit, and he's done it absolutely perfectly, clipping the 2 lower parts of the apex, swoops back. Still saying Crazy Bill's got fastest lap. This is a fast corner here, and he ducates it really well. It's a fantastic lap from Crazy Bill. Get a lot of the apex there, and then come back in. Don't want to lose traction through here. And he doesn't. That is absolutely perfect. This lap from Crazy Bill looks incredible. One last corner to go. Entry onto the straight. Oh, he lost it a little bit there. He was a bit wobbly, wasn't he? But he sets 1:16.3, and that was a fantastic lap, all in all, especially for the medium tyres. Maybe lost half a tenth to a tenth on that final corner coming onto the straight as he got a little bit wobbly. We're about to see a Ferrari. It's going to be Nunda. Invalidated his first lap, he must have. So he's gone for another one. We've got a McLaren starting lap 2. We've got a McLaren about to finish his lap. Actually, no, it's DT Bevs actually. Is also going to be starting his lap. The Bearded Dave then is going board with him. Oh, he's coming in the pits. Didn't invalidate his time. He's obviously changing his mind, though. He's going to go onto the softs, I think. Only the Maniac's out on softs at the moment, and we're going to go on board with him. So Maniac just wants to get through the Q3, doesn't he? Let's see what he can do. Oh, he's invalidated at the final corner. And he would have gone ahead of Crazy Bill as well. And he's invalidated Lissan next lap, so that's a shame for the Maniac there. Unlucky there. Next one is going to be, I think that's Jake the Slayer to start a lap. We've got quite a few cars now on their laps. Renault is going to be up next. That's going to be I Am Sloth. Is there and is in the pits. He's invalidated his lap too, although he's going to go straight away again. Racing Point of Crazy Bill's about to come into the pits. We've then got the Ferrari. Oh, Nunda. Here we go. Nunda to complete his second lap. He's not invalidated this time. Oh, he's a little bit wobbly though. Let's see what he does. A 1:16.1, so he's 2 tenths quicker than Crazy Bill, and that could be important. We see Dylan go quite a few tenths slower. Next up is going to be, I can't tell which colour car it is. It's DT Bevs to see what he can do. P1. Look at that. DT Bevs. It's going to take quite a lot for DT Bevs to get it wrong now in terms of going up to the championship, and I think he could be one of the favourites for the championship title next year. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. He's not even in the championship yet. You see a Red Bull cross the line to start the lap. I think that was Shadders. Jake the Slayer is about to start his lap, and we're about to see the Maniac. I think he's going to... Oh, he's going again. He's going again, the Maniac. I thought he'd have come in the pits. This will be his third lap on these tyres then. And to do a whole lap saving up, didn't he? Theo's going to be next. He's on mediums. Let's see what Theo can do then. It's a 1:16.7, so he's ahead of Dylan. He has got some pace here today, Theo. That's good to see. We want to see him get some points. Soft's coming in the pits. He's abandoning that medium strategy then. Ferrari up next is Jake the Slayer. No, it's not Jake the Slayer. In fact, it's Nunda. We're going to stay on board with Jake the Slayer though. Quick look in the comments then. Theo says hello, hello. Cryptic says hello, Theo. With my current form, I'll be lucky to have a seat in League One, says Cryptic. I think we have put Cryptic down for the championship. We know Cryptic's definitely capable of it. I think he's got a couple of podiums this year as well. Whether that is up to Cryptic, if he wants to be in, if he'd prefer driving League One, that's his choice. It's up to him. But if it's because of his pace, then we know it's definitely not the right thing to do, because he's definitely got the pace for the championship. Tango saying, looking forward to Q3. Do you think anyone can get a 1:13? No, I don't. That would be a long shot, wouldn't it? As Jake the Slayer crosses the line and doesn't set a lap. Did he invalidate? He must have done. I weren't watching, to be honest. No, he didn't say invalidate, so I'm not sure what's happened there, Jake the Slayer. He was on a lap. Please don't say, oh, he's got to do the DJ Julie glitch to Jake the Slayer, isn't it? It says he's in sector 1 with 1 minute on the clock. Crazy. Vintage saying, I think Beefy and Bevs are capable of 1:13. So I expect 13s from Tango. Walk on a couple others tomorrow. Absolutely. Premier League definitely can have a look at getting 1:13s, can't we?
I'm back.
Liam saying 14.3 for pole tonight, he reckons. Mushroom saying low 14s. Remember to invite DJ back. He is back in the session. I saw an invite for DJ Julie. I saw it say DJ Julie joined back. Obviously, if anyone ever needs invites, I always say in the Discord, stick on the stream, then you can message me that way. So I'm obviously not looking at the Discord at the moment. Nunda saying the amount of times almost lost it on that lap. Yeah, we saw Nunda almost lose it coming onto the straight at the end of that, didn't he? He looked really wobbly then. Only 7 drivers set times at the moment then. Okay, I'm not saying what he's doing the glitch to Jake the Slayer as well now than it did to Julie, I'm sure. Jake the Slayer, if you're in the comments, let us know what's going on. It says you're just constantly on an outlap. I think it's doing the
Same
same
as
to
DJ
Sloth.
Julie.
Yeah. I think McKenty and Beardy Dave are actually on outlaps. I'll see where I finish in the final race of the season. If I'm challenging for 10th, I don't mind staying in the Championship. Keep being outside top 10 and going out Q1. Might be worth putting me down. I'll say Cryptic Alibi, I think he's got 60 odd points this season, so he's absolutely worthy of a championship seat, and that's where he'll be put. That's where I think he should be anyway. But obviously the main thing about this racing is your enjoyment. Obviously that's the priority. So if it's up to you, mate. You decide, you let us know. Same for anyone else. If anyone else fancies joining another league, I know we do the top 3 and bottom 3 go up and down, but if people prefer racing another league, I know we did the big question thing, didn't we, in announcements, put your thumb up for whatever day you're happy to race for, and then that is fine. There's so much flexibility in that. We've got about 40-45 thumbs up for each race, so if anyone else fancies changing around, that is, just let us know and we can have a look at doing that. We've got 9 cars on the board now, so Nunda and... There we go, we've got a lap from Jake the Slayer. It finally popped up. He's saying that he's now in Sector 3 with a 47-second lap. So yeah, the timings are all over the place for Jake the Slayer. Not sure what's going on. We do think these servers are really down at the moment. A Sloth. Sloth has just gone P1 with mediums on his second lap of him. What a stonking that from Sloth. 2,000ths quicker than Bevs, and both the reserves at the moment are P1 and P2. Incredible times then from them two. FIFA Beefy I think's on a lap. McKenty's just started a lap. Sorry for the echo, I'm talking into my bottle. FIFA Beefy then is going through Sector 3. Theo saying I think I messed up Sag. I could go again, I'm not quite sure what Sag is. Let's have a look what sort of time Beefy can do. Expect it to be quick. Let's see what he does. 1:16.0. There we go. It's a great lap from Beefy, then P3. Again, the margins are so close. We see Dylan improve up to P9. Jake the Slayer, we're on fitted, aren't we? There we go. Let's have a look at the best time sets. So there we go. The Maniac did got the P8 on those soft tyres on his third lap, so he's definitely got some more pace in them. Everyone else has gone on the mediums. Andy Lewis obviously retired because of his Q2 ban. McKenty's last to set a time. He's saying he's got a purple Sector 2. Not sure if that's right or not. Now going through Sector 3, McKenty again on the medium tyres. Oh, what's happening here? He's going slow. Not sure what's happened there to McKenty. Has he run out of fuel? It's only a 1:18.0. He's going super slow, isn't he? I'm not sure what's happened there. He's just crawling down the middle of the straight now. There's no other cars around him. Hope he is in control of his car. Well, it's looking very AI-y to me.
GT Bev's 2000th off pole, by the way.
Yeah, we had a look at that. We did mention that a minute ago. Swan Shank saying hashtag Team Sloth. Cryptic saying wow, what a weird glitch. I know, it's absolutely stupid. Every single patch we get from Codemasters to fix something causes a different problem. It is absolutely ridiculous. We'll just see if McKenty's in control of his car. He's got a Renault coming up behind him. Hopefully he gets out of the way. And he does get it. Yeah, he is in control of his car. That's good to see. I thought the AI had taken over then for a minute. Ayrton gets through then. Ayrton, I think, is on a lap on those mediums. He's not set a time either, Ayrton. I didn't notice that. I thought it said he had set a time earlier, but obviously not. The Beardy Dave was on a lap and Jake's car blocked him, but his car disappeared and Jake was in the pits the whole time. Yeah, for goodness sake, we had this before. We had it before where someone was in the pits. I can't remember, but someone was in the pits and they blocked someone on their lap. Because they were sat in the pits but their car was just driving around on the track. It is absolutely stupid. I can't wait till this game gets Codemasters get bought to see Ayrton do a 1:17.0. That's not going to be enough to see him go through. Can't wait till Codemasters get bought by someone else or whatever's going on, because
They've been bought by Take-Two.
They've been bought by Take. They need to take over this game as well because it's absolutely crap. Absolutely rubbish the amount of errors they do. How hard can it be? There's only 2 minutes left of this session, and so anyone that wants to go again is going to have to get out of the pits pretty quickly. There was a time say on your clock.
150.
150, yeah, it's 144 on ours. So yeah, obviously that is only Q1. We get that early delay glitch. It might still be a few seconds at the moment though. As you see, Nunda going out lap, Jake the Slayer's going out lap. We're going to go back to fitted tyres. There we go. So Sloth, Jake the Slayer are going out on the softs then. Don't think Sloth will need to, but he's covered himself off from the guys towards the bottom. Oh, I need to have a drink. So Dave got his lap ruined over nothing. Yep. Unfortunately, there's absolutely nothing. Ayrton's coming in the pits then, so I think that's all over for Ayrton then. Ayrton is out. He hasn't got enough fuel to go again, so he is going to be out. And McKenty is in the pits too. He's now coming out though, so and look, did you just see that? He's out on the end of the pit lane, and then he's gone back further back into the pit lane.
Yeah.
Absolutely stupid. Glitching all over the place. I don't know if it's PSN down or the servers, but I have heard from other leagues tonight that they're having problems as well. We were delayed because we had problems getting the server. And why has McKenty even gone out on the track? There's only 30 seconds left. He's not going to get the checkered flag in time. I just hope we don't get major issues with this lobby before the race starts. Bevs and Beefy stay in the pits. Shadow's staying in the pits as well. Crazy Bill and the Maniac are too in the pits. Again, it's just popped up Jake the Slayer out lap. And he's not going to make it in time, is he? Right, it says we got check the flag now. Not sure who that is that's just improved. It was Adam. He's gone up to P11 then. So that's all over for Adam then. So yeah, I'm surprised so many drivers stayed in the pits then. So Nunda and Jake the Slayer are safe. Adam is out. In fact, that's it. We're all done.
Yes! Oh, I gambled staying in the pits there and it worked.
So many stayed in the pits at the end. We didn't really have that second run at all, did we? That's strange. Andy Lou out in 15th then because of the quali ban. Nunda goes fastest on the mediums. We see McKenty in 14th going out. Ayrton in 13th. Billy Dave 12th. Adam in 11th. Out of the top 10 then. Everyone is through on mediums apart from the Maniac, who goes through on the soft tyres. He's going to be starting on 3-lap old softs. So that is going to be a problem for him. Everyone else
I only got
on the mediums.
tyre wear on my mediums.
So Nunda did 3 laps on his mediums as well. So the ones on 1 lap are Bevs, Beefy and Jake the Slayer. So they might have a slight advantage. And Crazy Bill too as well. And he did 1 lap on them. So well done to those 4. Right, hopefully. Oh dear. We're going to... Jake the Slayer, he was still on a lap. He set his... Why has he done that? He's gone to start on softs now, Jake the Slayer. 6 tenths quicker, brilliant, P1, but he was comfortably through on mediums. But now he's going to have to start on the softs. Nunda's in the comments saying, Jake, why? McKenty saying he ruined my lap as well, knocked out of Q2. Again, send your footage of it then. And then Jake the Slayer will send his footage of what he was doing at that time, whether he was in the pits or not. But I'm pretty sure that was just a server error. And Jake the Slayer's in the pits and his car's out on the track. Can't for the life of me remember who it happened to before.
What happened to what, sorry?
When you're in the pits and your car's driving around itself on a track. Right, I'm just going to quickly go and get another drink while watching Jake the Slayer's AI drive around. I'll be back again in a minute for Q3.
It's just me now. What's going on, guys? Oh man. You don't understand how stressful it is. I gambled staying in the pits there and it worked out. I've only got 3% tyre wear on my mediums. So I don't know what the strategy is for this, but I don't know if it's a 2-stopper or 1-stopper or what, but you know. Yeah, I don't know what Jake's car's doing. He's in park mode or something. He's in that pit lane limiter. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It says he's in the pits, but he's driving around. Yeah. If you retire, yeah, there we go. We're back. We're back.
Oh, wow, we've actually finished the session.
There you go. So 2 people in on the sauce.
Yeah, surprised at that. Goodness, I went downstairs to get a drink. There's no more beers in the fridge. I can believe it. Not having a warm one. I have to stick one in the freezer for 12 minutes and then get at the end of Q3. Oh dear. Have a quick look in the comments then. Wilson, what would you say is the best strat here? Oh, don't crash, mate. That's the best strategy.
I'd say
No.
medium hards.
I think it is here. I know it sounds boring, but medium hards, it probably is the best, because this, if you go medium soft, or medium soft medium, or soft medium, whatever, 2-stopper, you're gonna have to do some overtaking, and that around here is, like I say, it's so difficult. You save all your ERS up. You can go through sector 2 on lean fuel, don't use your ERS, and you can hold up cars forever. And then you just use all your ERS, all your fuel on the straight, and then just go through and do it again. So yeah, definitely medium hard, 1 stop, definitely the best strategy around here. Right, let's get ready then for Q3. So yeah, big up Theo and the Maniac for getting through to Q3. Good effort from those two. Rare appearances for the both. Cryptic, I'd start on the hards though, mate, if you're outside the top 10, because then it just gives you more advantage towards the end. You get the painful bit out of the way first then as well, and it gives you more opportunity if there's a safety car as well, because you can pit halfway through the race and go mediums to the end, or if something's not going great, you can stay a couple more laps and maybe even stretch. Wait, if your race isn't going anywhere, wait around for a safety car. And like I say, if there is a safety car on your second stint, you've then got fresher tyres towards the end. Who's going to be first to set a lap then? Everyone is out of the pits apart from Jake the Slayer. Has he left the session? He says he might have messed up a good points haul now by going on the soft tyres. I'm not sure why he did that. I'd rather start mediums. If safety car happens, hards last 30 laps. Yeah, I suppose that is, it works both ways, I suppose, yeah. Personally, I start on hards, but either way, it works. Did Jake the Slayer lead the session in the end? Oh, Crazy Bill's starting his lap, that's why he's not talking. Linda's first.
Yeah, he did, I think.
He did leave. Right, we'll get him an invite back. Then we'll watch the laps. Oh, he didn't leave. We're going to get a spare invite anyway. There we go then. We're on board with Nunda. Oh no, Nunda, not this. Goodness sake. Nunda's car is just glitching, isn't it? Oh, he's invalidated. Nunda's invalidated. Look at this though. His gears are just all over the place, glitching. Not listening to that. Who's first? I think it's Sloth. No, it's not. Crazy Bill. Haven't been on board of his laps. I'm not sure. Oh, he's running 2 wheels in the mud there. It might cost him a little bit. And a pink Mercedes. Mind you, they had a good race the other day, didn't they? With Sergio Perez anyway. Let's see what Crazy Bill does as he crosses the line. It's a 1:15.1. Great lap there from Crazy Bill. Dylan's going to be next. It's a 1:14.5. Dylan's been hiding some pace and shadows as a 1:14.7. Wow, they're fantastic laps there from those two guys. Next up is going to be the Renault of I Am Sloth. Let's see what he can do. It's a 1:15.3. It takes P4. Where's the pace gone from Dylan and Shadows? Next up is going to be FIFA Beefy. What can he do? Only P3 for Beefy. Bit surprised he's not a bit quicker there. What can the Maniac do? It is P6 for the Maniac so far. Next up's going to be Theo. P4 for Theo. Good lap there for Theo. DT Bevs, P3. So Dylan and Shadows. Who expected that then? 2 League 1 drivers. A P1 and P2. In fact, DT Bevs is League 1 as well. So all League 1 drivers, P1, 2 and 3. Dylan and Shadows the only 2 that race in 2 leagues. They race in both League 1 and the Championship. Again, not 100% decide on which league they're going to be in for next year at the moment. Is that Sloth having a spin? I think he's just getting out of the way there. Jake Deslay's on an out lap. Nunda is in the pits and after invalidating, so Ferrari, it's not going great for them so far. Oh, I swear. Right. I just made my wrist funny. Right, we're going to go on board with Jake Deslay then for his lap. Wait, why is he not opening up his DRS? Open DRS, come on. Oh, he probably has. It's probably just a glitch. They say he's been on his lap for 5 minutes as well.
Fastest lap.
Yeah, it says he's not using his DRS as well, which I'm pretty sure isn't right.
Going around the nerve.
We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. There's no cars in Sector 2. Craziness. Craziness these servers are. Let's see what he does up through the... Oh, he bottled that a little bit, didn't he?
I had 3
He
sets
really
of
slowed
socks.
down there, Jake the Slow. He didn't completely go for that corner. It might cost him. Although he has invalidated a couple of laps before, so he might just be thinking, let's get a lap on the board, and then we can go for it on the second run. He's got a yellow flag. I'm not quite sure what for. Takes a lot of the curve there. I think he lost time again there. Sean Stallwood in the comments saying, Sloth for the win. I am Sergio Perez saying Cryptic Alibi. Just need Crazy Bill to do a Lance Stroll and get pole. Yeah, if Crazy Bill's going to do a Lance Stroll, he's not going to be getting many points though, is he? If he's going to do a Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll struggles with that. Anyway, Jake Deslay's going to cross the line, and it is a 26.4 second lap. Still says he's not even set a lap. That'll suddenly spring up within the next 30 seconds or so. But yeah, Jake Deslayer glitching all over the place. I don't mean on the screen as in like side to side, but I mean everything he does in terms of lap times is glitching. It's a new server error on me list. Nunda's also on a lap, close up. Wait, it's actually in front of him. Jake Deslay, if you can tell us your lap time, mate, that'd be great, because we haven't got a clue. It's now saying you're on an out lap, even though you're on your in lap. Nunda then, oh, he didn't take that corner really fast, did he? Nunda, Ferraris are struggling, aren't they? I haven't got a clue what Jake Deslay's time was, so can't say for certain. Let's see what Nunda does then. It's a 52.9 as he comes through Sector 2. A short Sector 3 then. Still not got a time from Jake Deslayer. We're soon going to have a time from Nundalo as he comes on to the straight then. Keeps it narrow, opens the car up, doesn't lose it this time. Here we go then. What can Nunda do? It's a 1:14.4 and it's provisional pole position for Nunda. And Jake Deslayer said he's done a 14.4 pole. I think, is that his lap he's talking about? Camry's in the comments, Ferrari driver for tomorrow, saying come on Ferrari. Ferrari doing alright at the moment, aren't they? Nunda P1, Jake the Slayer, it still says P10, he's not done a lap. He's now come in the pits though. It says he's on a lap. Absolutely craziness, these servers. Jake the Slayer, what is going on, mate? I don't know. What is your time? Because it's just saying that you're P10, you've just done a drive-through penalty, I think, as well. There we go then, his time shot up then. He's in P2. He's done a 1:14.4 like he said, so it's a Ferrari 1-2, or it's a Cowie. It's going well for you boys at the moment. Jake Desayer, are you actually driving this car on the track, or is it driving itself and you're sat in the pits? McLaren for the win, saying Tango. Yeah, look at this. The top 6. It's 2 Ferraris, 2 McLarens and 2 Red Bulls.
I improved, but I didn't go up. That's a shame.
Formula Motor saying he's in the pits. There we go. Formula Motor, Jake the Slayer is saying he's in the pits, and we can see his car, look, driving around out on the track. It is absolutely bonkers, these servers. How can it possibly get it so wrong? And again, it is going to cause cars to get held up, isn't it? Hopefully this comes in the pits. It's not going to, is it? Oh, for goodness sake. Everyone is in the pits at the moment, apart from Dylan. Dylan's now starting that then. Incredible P3 from him so far. We've got Crazy Bill in a P8. And he's invalidated his lap, unfortunately. He has got enough time to save up and go again. Oh, he's on an in lap. There we go then. Are you coming in the pits?
Yeah, I've got another fresh soft.
Oh, I'll be lucky if you make it. It's going to be really close and Crazy Bill if he's going to make the finish. And there we go, look, Jake the Slayer. That's just, I don't know if you saw that on the stream, but he just drove the wrong way in the pit lane back to his pit box. It's ridiculous. I just watched the replay of it on the stream. Unbelievable. What is going on? I know we laugh, but it's an absolute joke. Pay 50 odd quid for this game, it does that. Oh, Dylan then. He's made a mistake on his lap, hasn't he? Just see him start to lose the rear end there. I don't know what that noise is. Shadows. Beefy on outlaps. Jake the Slayer's on an outlap. It's now saying he's in the middle of sector 2. Even though he's literally just in the pit lane. Clip together by saying Jake drove backwards in the pits for me. Overtake of the season. Oh, we can laugh about it, but it is absolutely stupid. All we can do is laugh about it, really, because no one's at fault for it. It's just a game. We're going to play this game. We've got to get on with it. So we're going to presume this is actually Jake then, starting the lap. Again, it's saying he's not got his DRS activated. See, this is a possible pole position lap. He's fighting for pole here, and we can't even see it. Yeah, both Haas and both Mercedes not in Q3. I think that's the first time this season, absolutely. But Ferrari going to take full advantage of it at the moment. P1 and P2. We have seen issues with these Ferrari drivers before, though, where they've been made contact with each other, shall we say. Maybe not played the best team game. They really need to do that today, then, if they're going to maximise this chance. And Jake the Slayer took a bit too much of that curve there, though. Dylan has retired in the pits, both Ferraris. Right, we don't think this is an outlap from Jake the Slayer. It's his lap, and Crazy Bill spun it on his outlap. See, Crazy Bill is not going to make the checkered flag. He is going to be out. It's only going to be P8 at best for him, then. The Maniac's in the pit, so he will start in P10. Sloth's just starting his lap. Crazy Bill P8. It'll be guaranteed P9. Theo's on a lap. Beefy's on a lap. He's a 10th up fee for Beefy, so I don't think it's going to be pole position today for Beefy. Maybe Hungary's not one of his favourites, but let's see what Beefy can do then. Comes through the final corner. He has got Shadows in front. His teammate, he does improve, but only slightly. He's still P4. Beefy goes up alongside his teammate P5. DT Bev's on an outlap then. We say he's on an outlap, so I don't think he's going to make it in time. Oh, I think he's actually on a lap, you know. No, he's got checkered flag, DT Bevs. So there we go, and he was on an outlap. Only 6th for DT Bevs. Theo is slightly down this time. Sloth is 3.5 tenths up then. Jake the Slayer, we need to keep an eye on. Don't know what time Jake the Slayer got in the end. And Linda's about to finish his lap as well. Theo then comes in the pit, so he tries to, and if Theo's not going to improve. We've just got Sloth and Nunda then. Nunda's slightly down this time. He could still improve with a good final couple of corners. Nunda, he doesn't improve. 15 hundredths down. I am Sloth, and it's going to be 6 tenths up according to this. Let's see what Sloth can do. Opens his DRS. It's pole position. I am Sloth then. Spoils the Ferrari party. We don't know what time Jake the Slayer did. We don't know what time he did.
It says on 1:14.478.
Yeah, that was his first lap. We don't know what his second lap was. So he might have improved. He might be on pole position yet. We don't know.
He went off the track on his lap then, just then. But
his car's coming in the pits now. I should think that's him driving it. Did he improve his lap time though, Jake the Slayer? It might suddenly flick up now he's in the pits.
I'll flick up at the leaderboards at the end.
Now his car's just going to do a drive-through penalty in the pits, isn't it? Yep. Now it's going to come out again. Unbelievable.
The mechanics come out.
What the hell is this?
Past them.
The drive-through penalty in qualifying. It's crazy, but I am Sloth. Take nothing away from him, the reserve driver. Fantastic that was 1:14.3. We got asked if we thought we'd see any from the 1:13 today in the comments. We said no, and we were a few tenths off that. I'm sure we will see those times tomorrow. Close to 1:12 tomorrow possibly. But these are fantastic laps we've seen from these guys. And look at the margin as well. It's only a few tenths separating first down to ninth. Maniac a bit further off in P10, but fantastic effort for him to get into Q3. Yeah, Jake is glitching, isn't he? But we have seen that for Jawley as well. Yeah, I think we are just waiting for Jake, aren't we? Don't even know what time he's set. So yeah, if this carries on, Jake, if your car don't come in the pits now, no, it's just going to keep going and going and wait for the time to get down to 0. Yeah, Jake, you're going to have to leave the session, mate, or we're just going to be sat here all day. And then we'll get him an invite back as soon as possible. Hopefully he can take control of his car in the formation lap. If Jake the Slayer's not currently watching the stream, if we can get him a message, someone just tell him to leave the session. Because we just be sat here all day at the moment. And the same with Jawley in Q1. It's not these guys' fault, of course, but it's just a joke. Tango in the comments saying this game is great. Why are we worried? Cody's are incapable, so they couldn't pour water out of a jug if you told them the instructions were on the bottom. There we go, Jake the Slayer's left the session, so we are ready to go. He has got a spare invite because we sent him one a few minutes ago. Let's have a look at the classifications. The Sloth's on pole. Fantastic that from him. Nunda P2, Jake the Slayer 3rd, Dylan in 4th, Shadow's 5th, Beefy 6th, Red Bull doing well there, DC Bev's in 7th, Theo 8th, Crazy Bill 9th, and the Maniac down in 10th then, but 7.5 tenths separating 1st and 9th. Really, really close from those guys. My P1 prediction come in saying Liam. So yeah, Sloth did well. Who do we think is going to get the race then? Get the race win? This is going to be a really close one. I'm going to tight to call, isn't it? I'm going to say watch out for Beefy in P6. Jake the Slayer is now joining back. Hopefully he can get back in the session. Hopefully it doesn't mess it up for him as well. Tango's made a prediction. I think Tango's prediction is going to be bang on actually. A car will win.
There is rain at the end.
There is rain at the end, so we need to... Yeah, obviously if there's safety cars and that, we're definitely going to see some rain towards the end. Danny Mason saying Beefy said he's disappointed after doing 3 hours practice. Wow, Beefy's really been practicing for it. That's the thing though, the margins are so tight. All it takes is 1 or 2 corners to get a poor exit. I'm sure Beefy is going to be a contender for the race win, absolutely. At least the podium. Nobody do their sit-ups right away, same for the moments. With Cody's just a wheel will win. Anything can happen in this game, can't it? Yeah, Jake the Slayer is a ghost at the moment and he's gone flying off for his formation that. He ain't waiting. He has got spare invites, so hopefully he's back in the he can get back in the session. And Sloth leads the guys away then. Quick look onto the tyres. We know the guys in the top 10 starting stuff. So yeah, Cryptocalibi, he has gone from the hards in the end. Oh, the Maniac's left, as has Marty's on hards, Vintage on hards, McKenty and Ayrton on hards. Everyone else in the bottom 10 are on mediums. Jake the Slayer's left the session as well. Quickly get Jake and the Maniac invites back then. Yeah, we are seeing, it's not the guys' internet, it is just stupid Codemasters. Jake the Slayer's got an invite. The main.
Oh,
Oh,
he's hit the grass and he's had a bit of a wobble there. He's crashed into
Adam's
the...
been disqualified. Theo's been disqualified. We think that's probably from that Theo wobble that Crazy Bill was telling us about. Now I'm just, yeah, we'll send people invites if they get kicked as they go along. The Maniacs join back as well. So there we go. We have got everyone in the session. Everyone should have a spare invite as well. We sent plenty of them at the beginning. Yeah, you have to wait till the start, Jake, to get your things. Beefy's getting nailed in a turn 1, saying Danny Mason. Think of the bigger picture of the constructors, Ferrari boys, saying Nicholas Cowie. Absolutely. We have a quick look. We haven't looked through the joint constructors so far. But here it is then. Leaders are Haas with 682. Ferrari are on 622. So 60 points to make up to Haas. But a 1-2 for Ferrari today. That's 43 points. And with no Haas drivers in the top 13, it could be a great chance for Ferrari to claw some points back. And of course, Ferrari outscored Haas in the previous race in League 1, so that's already closed up. So Ferrari looking really good then, if they can get some decent points here, as we see the cars form up on the grid then. Laguna down in 16th, starting on the softs actually, we missed that, so he's going from an attacking start to the race. We've got lights.
We haven't got lights.
Yeah, we haven't got, yeah, Crazy Wheel confirming it's just a glitch then. Are we going to get any cars go flying off at the beginning?
No.
Not at the moment.
We've got lights now.
Here we go, see the cars revving up. We've probably got 3, 4, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go in Hungary then. Dylan's got a good start. Jake the Slayer's losing places. The Maniac's losing places as well. We see cars flying around. Sloth keeps his lead, and is Nunda going to change down to turn 1? All this contact between the Red Bull and the McLaren. Blake keep the same order as they go through, and Shatters gets ahead of Dylan, and FIFA Beefy's gone up. Jake the Slayer's crashed. Jake the Slayer's out. As Dylan gets passed by FIFA Beefy, they're side by side. Dylan's gone off the track and FIFA Beefy takes P4 then. Jake the Slayer, I'm not sure if he had cold tyres getting into the formation lap, but he is out of the race after starting P3 and he'll be absolutely gutted then. And we see the bearded Dave going side by side with DJ Jawley. DJ Jawley got driver of the day last week, up into P11 already. Good start for him. FIFA Beefy getting past Shatters, and I think Shatters moved out of the way for him. So FIFA Beefy, my prediction to win the race, has already gained 3 positions. He's already up to P3. Things looking brilliant for Red Bull.
I've gained 3 positions as well at a stonking start.
It was both guys that started on soft tyres in the top 10 that have lost out. The same 2 guys that got kicked from the session, to be honest. I'm not sure if either that's got something to do with it. But Red Bull looking brilliant. Crazy Bill's up to P6 as well. He's gained a few positions. And we see the McLarens fighting with a racing point then as well, can't we? DT Bevs is behind Crazy Bill. Crazy Bill's going to be under pressure from him here then. Crazy Bill on the outside. Great racing there from DT Bevs. That was absolutely fantastic move, DT Bevs. And Adam's got past Crazy Bill as well, as Crazy Bill was fighting it really hard. He's going to go down the inside. Oh, he's gone for a bit of a dive. Crazy Bill. Oh, he's pushed them all wide. He's caused an instant there. And Theo's taking places off. Adam and DT Bevs always a bit risky going for a dive bomb on 2 other drivers. And we've got a yellow flag, and I think it's for Vintage. Vintage is struggling on those hard tyres. He's had a bit of a spin down the back then. Sloth's under pressure from Nunda. Nunda's really closing in on him. Sloth, we think, is going to race in the championship next year full time. We hope so anyway. We're going to offer him that seat. FIFA Beefy in third then. He's not really pulling away from Shadows too much, or he is starting to now a little bit, isn't he? Actually, he's closing up to the front 2. It's a scrap what I said initially. Dylan falling back, Crazy Bill falling back. Theo up in the 7th then. Adam and DT Bevs down in 8th and 9th then. And Adam's really closing up behind Theo then. He's getting out of line though. And DT Bevs really closing up to the both of them. He's back off a P7, it's helping Crazy Bill pull away, isn't it? It's Theo's holding these guys up, but Theo running in the points then. Jake the Slayer in the comments saying, I said restart, what can I do with that? Had no setup either. Oh. Sloth sets the fastest lap then. Such a shame for Jake the Slayer. I'm really gutted for him. All week he can hope for now is obviously that the guys around him. So Marv, DJ, as Adam goes down the inside of Theo, and Adam gets a move done. There's a great move there, and Theo's been pushed a little bit. So DT Bev's going to get the run on him now. Theo falls down to P9 then. It's Marvsky, DJ Jawley and McKenty that Jake Gasay is racing with, and they're 10th, 11th and 14th at the moment. So as it stands, Jake won't lose more ground on them at least. It's all a bit quiet at the moment, isn't it? We did say it's a difficult place to overtake. You've got to watch out for this white curve here, though. There you go, this white curve on the right hand side, that is the curve. If you clip that, you're going to go flying into that wall, as I've found out plenty of times. Shame for the Maniac then, he got into Q3 for the first time in a long time. So you see Dylan's 3-second time penalty already, when you see the new little sign on the screen next to him then. Yeah, such a shame for the Maniac. After great qualifying, he's already back down to 17th, and Gooner's got a poor line in front there. Is the Maniac going to go for a move on Gooner? I don't think he is. No, he's not. Cryptic Alibi still down 18th then, but he is on the hard tyres. Marvsky and Ayrton, if they can just keep tabs with the guys in front, that would be great. But yeah, Dylan's definitely struggling down in P5 at the moment. Sloth's staying in front of Nunda, isn't he? Give him his due. DRS now though for the guys. They've had it for the last lap, in fact. Beefy's fallen a bit further back though. He did start the gain, and he's going to be under pressure from his teammate Shadders. As Marvsky's getting past Andy Lou for P13, he's got the move done down into turn 1, I think. There's a good effort from Marvsky. Up into P13. Oh, he's been hit from behind, Andy Lou. He's been hit from behind by Ayrton. And Ayrton's fallen back. He's got wing damage. He's going to be under pressure from the Maniac as well. He goes to the outside. No, don't go side by side here. Oh, and Ayrton squeezes him a bit. Ayrton's got wing damage, and DJ Jawley's got a 3-second penalty. And it looked like Ayrton just outbroke himself and went into the back of Andy Lou. Such a shame for Ayrton, who won 2 weeks ago in Mexico, didn't he? After that fantastic race. Up for driver of the season.
Oh no, 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yep.
It's already been 2 weeks.
And he's down in P16 now, Ayrton, with wing damage. It's not looking too good for him. Interesting to see if he pits or stays out. Gap between the top two is half a second then. As DT Bevs and Adam are fighting over P7. DT Bevs to the outside. And the other McLaren of Dylan is going to be under pressure from Crazy Bill. And we're going to see bits of DRS here. That Adam has got DRS in the car in front. I think Crazy Bill's going to get a good opportunity here, and he's in the pits. Crazy Bill goes to the outside then. Is he going to go around, or is he going to try and switch back? He's going to go around all the way. Ayrton's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane then. And he's retired the car in the pits as well. We don't like to see that. So our winner from 2 weeks ago. You should know that we can do great recovery drives. He's one of the masters of them. But Ayrton has had enough for today, unfortunately. It's a shame to see. I'm sure there's still points in it if there's a safety car coming out. As, oh, we see both guys there go wide, and Crazy Bill's got a penalty. After just 5 laps, already got a 3-second penalty. And there we go. Dylan's definitely causing a bit of traffic jam here, and the 4 guys in front are pulling away. It's 2.6 between Shadders and Dylan now. Oh, and Crazy Bill's lost it. Oh, he's avoided the wall, and he's avoided the other drivers, which is good to see. So he's managed to keep it going. Under pressure from Theo. Theo's going to get that move done. And behind McKenty and DJ Jawley are fighting. DJ Jawley snuck up on McKenty there. And he's dived a little bit there, McKenty. DJ Jawley, sorry. He has got the move done though. It's very aggressive. But he got it done in the end. And DJ Jawley leaves much more room this time round, I think. And he does that really well. McKenty takes the place back fantastically. Look at this. Jawley's right on the back of him though. He pulls over to the left. They've both got DRS. And he dives later, does DJ Jawley. A little bit too late, I think, though. So McKenty has got the move done. He starts to lose grip as well. And the Bearded Dave's on the back of DJ Jawley. And he goes down the inside of Bearded Dave. Is he going to get the move done? Oh, they bang wheels. Oh, no. And DJ Jawley has spun the Bearded Dave. And when he just came back onto the track, I'm sure the Bearded Dave's going to report that. Because that was a big incident. And the Bearded Dave was really in the mix there. DJ Jawley just took a bit too much of the track there, and that just slammed the Bearded Dave into the wall. And he's lost a lot of his wing, hasn't he? Yeah, we can see he's struggling. Such a shame for the Bearded Dave there. The Mercedes guys up in P11 and P12 now. But obviously we've got Jawley's got a penalty. And he's already got an incident we're going to be looking into as well. As McKenty, we've seen him go wide in front there. He's got a 3-second penalty. So the race hasn't gone well for Jake. And then McKenty, Jawley and Marv, the other 3 guys in contention for promotion, they're all struggling too. And we've got another yellow flag. I think that's just for the bearded Dave going slowly down 17th. So already we've got a few cars cut off from this race. Andy Lou after he has, well, I'm not sure if he has pitted. I'm not quite sure why. As we see Adam and Dylan fighting over P5, and Dylan keeps that place for now, but he is really struggling, isn't he? Is Adam going to go down the inside? He is going to go for it. Oh, it's really risky going for that there. He's going to have the outside line now. And he goes wide. He gets a penalty for it as well. But he does get the move done. So now Dylan's holding up his teammate DT Bevs, and Adam's gone wide, and he's going to lose positions to both McLarens, isn't he? And he has. Now will Dylan let his teammate through, because DT Bevs, I'm sure, can close this gap, which is now 5 seconds between 4th and 5th, and Geordie's got another 3-second penalty. Beefy's got a 3-second penalty now as well. And Dylan, I think, really is holding his teammate up here. Is he going to move out the way? He does move out the way. Good to see from Dylan there. DT Bevs, of course, is reserving, so his points don't count for the championship. But Dylan knows that DT Bevs can get his constructor, McLaren, some decent points here as well if he can close up. And it will also help Dylan because he's going to have DRS now to fight from this battle for the guys behind. Let's see what they can do then. It's 1 second between the guys out in front. None of them have got penalties though, Soft or Nunda. FIFA Beefy 2 seconds behind. Shadders, I think he's regretting letting FIFA Beefy through now, because Shadders got some incredible pace, hasn't he? As Gooner's in the pits then, he's putting fresh mediums on. Of course, he started on the softs. Andy Luder's fast as that on his soft tyres, so they're definitely working well at the moment. I wonder if Beefy's going to let Shadders back through soon then. DT Bevs, yeah, DT Bevs really is starting to close the gap now. It's already taken about half a second, and Dylan is holding the rest of the pack up, isn't he? Look at this train, down from 6th to 12th. Yeah, Dylan's really struggling, isn't he? His qualifying was fantastic. He's still P6 in the race. But he's really struggling at this stage, and it's going to help the guys on the hard tyres, isn't it? The guys on the medium, so Adam, Theo, Crazy Bill and DJ Julie, they're all struggling because they're now going the same pace as the hard tyres. Guys on the hards. So McKenty and Marty will be happy looking at this, because this P6 looks like it could be theirs, as Andy Lou's got a 3-second penalty.
Move, overtaking.
And Thornwell saying, I said restart, obviously we can't restart just for one driver having a penalty, obviously, because then we had DJ Julie having a penalty. He had the same issue as well earlier on in quali. The Maniac had the same issue as well. Obviously we can't just restart every time one driver's got an issue. McKenty and DJ Julie getting really close there. We would never get a race started if we restarted for every single driver's issue. It is unfortunate, of course, we know that, and it's going to be costly, but it's just a game. There's nothing we can do about that. And DT Bevs really closing up this gap, isn't he? I think he's the quickest man on track at the moment, DT Bevs. 3.7, he's taking another second. And Dylan's still keeping this P6 for himself, isn't he? Holding up all the guys behind. He's really clever here, Dylan. I think he is just saving up all his DRS, isn't he? For the straight. And the guys behind just have to wait patiently, don't they? Because there's no real place to overtake apart from this straight here, isn't there? And again, he's got a good exit. He's got his ERS open. Although Adam's looking good this time. Adam's really closing up on Dylan. Is he going to go for the move? He's taken the outside line. We've seen the Maniac come in the pits. He's going to try and do a bit of a switcheroo. He's got the DRS open again, and Dylan's placing his car fantastically. Adam's got a better line this time. He goes to the inside as Adam. He dives a bit late. Who's going to get the place? Adam gets the place. Fantastic move there from Adam. Kept that really neat and clean. Well done to Adam there. It was a great move. Adam up to P6. So can he start to pull away a little bit from this battle? Next up for Dylan to defend from is going to be Theo then. Not sure if Dylan did more laps on those tyres in qualifying than the rest, but he's definitely struggling more, isn't he, on those mediums? And already you can see there's a gap of about 8 tenths between Adam and Dylan, P6 and P7. You can see just looking at the cameras as well.
Oh, I think it's
Crazy Bill's got another 3-second penalty. It's over a second already between Adam and Dylan. Wouldn't surprise me if Dylan came in for an early stop and reverted to a 2-stopper, and as I say that, Dylan does come into the pits there medium hard. I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle to go hard all the way to the end, so I think he might be reverting to a 2-stopper. And he's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane as well, Dylan, which is such a shame to see. That's going to be costly towards the end of the race end. So Theo, can he close the gap back up to Adam? He's got to defend from the guys behind. Oh, he's got a good exit there, and Crazy Bill might be under pressure. No, he's absolutely fine. McKenty's too far back. Good chance for Cryptic Alibi then to close up to this battle. You see Vintage and Guna past Dylan as he comes out of the pits, and the Maniac, oh, it's going to be close to the Maniac. And the Maniac takes a wide line, lets Dylan through. Sensible decision. Oh, does he? He's got a good exit though. Yeah, Dylan has got the move done. And look at the battle between the top two. We kept that quiet. But Sloth and Nunda, it's only half a second now. Will Nunda pull the plug first and go for a undercut? I presume they're both going to go for a medium hard. 1-stopper. They expect them to pit around that 15 or 16. Nunda might go a lap or two before though if he's going to go for an undercut. He's faster coming onto the straight. He's much faster. He's got DRS open. ERS activated. Look how quick. Look at the pace of Nunda. Is he going to go for it? He goes down the outside. Bit of movement there from Sloth. He's going to go for it again. Switcheroos on. And he's got DRS activated. Nunda's definitely quicker. Is he going to go for the move? And he backs out of it, Nunda. Sensible decision there as Goon is getting past Vintage for P13 then, and Vintage getting out of the way I think for Dylan. And he is there too, and the Maniac's up next for Vintage to defend from. Vintage defends well, but on the straight, will Vintage have DRS to help them defend? And Andy Liu has snuck past the Maniac there as well, as the Maniac got a poor exit trying to get past Vintage. Andy Liu gets past Vintage then, and the Maniac outbrakes himself. Oh, he's gone incredibly wide there then. And he might get past the ANR Vintage here then. He goes to the inside. And Vintage takes the outside line. And the Maniac gets past. Great racing from these guys down at the back. Don't always give them the TV time, but it's always worth it. They keep it nice and clean. We see some nice moves from them as well. So well done to those guys. Vintage, the Maniac, Andy Liu and Dylan. Some great racing from them. Of course, Dylan's only down the back because he's not long pitted. Up next for Dylan is Guna. Back towards the front then this battle. Theo's not really caught up to Adam, has he? Still about a second. He's not going to have DRS on this lap. And the guys behind are still in a train, as you can see behind it constantly. The two Mercedes 10th and 11th. As we see Nunda side by side with Sloth. Oh, is he going to go for it? Oh, I think Nunda creeped in front. Sloth took it back. We'll keep our eyes on this battle for now. How are they not showing the battle for the lead, saying, Danny, we're on it now. We're on it now. We were watching it for a bit. Oh no, they've hit each other. They've made contact. Nunda's outbraked himself. Nunda's outbroke himself. Has he got wing damage? I don't think he has. Sloth wobbles a little bit because of it as well. But there's no damage done, which is good to see.
Jeff updating me that we're not far away from some rain.
Not far away for some rain, saying Jeff then. And the clouds are looking darker then, so I think we are going to get some rain at some point then. Oh dear. Well, oh dear, or oh yes if you're Nunda. He absolutely loves the rain. That could be the thing that swings the pendulum in his favour. Because at the moment he's struggling to get past Sloth, isn't he? DT Bevson, look how quickly he's closed up to these two Red Bulls. Gooner's got a 3-second penalty. Adam and Theo on for some good points here, P6 and P7. And will Beefy let Shallers pass them? Obviously Beefy still wants as many points on the board for himself to get promoted as he can. That'd be a good chance for him to get it sealed here today, really, with all the guys behind falling further down the field. But I think Shallers is quicker at the moment, isn't he? Oh, and that was a big corner cut there from DT Bevs. He'd have got a warning for that. does need to save fuel at some point as well. Beefy's obviously got a penalty. Nunda's fallen out of DRS range, and that's allowed all three of these guys to close up to the top two slightly. And we see the Maniac getting past Andy Llewellyn for P15. He does it down into turn 1 as well. Andy Llewellyn on those soft tyres though, he's got a better exit. He's going to go to the outside. He goes round the outside as Andy Llewellyn. Is he going to get the move done? No, he doesn't. He has to back out of it. Good racing from those guys though. We can look at the battle for P9 and I think McKenty is starting to struggle. He's still got DRS from the guys in front of course. And the Mercedes are closing up on him. And the top 5 are looking pretty comfortable at the moment, aren't they? It's 7 seconds between 5th and 6th. Of course, none of them want to pit low at the moment. They don't want to pit first because they're going to come back onto this train. And DJ Jawley has come into the pits, and I think that's a sensible decision. Oh dear, it wasn't sensible getting a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane though. And he is going to put on soft tyres. So there we go then. He thinks we're going to get rain soon, and I take it. And I think everyone else in the medium tyres is just waiting for the rain then. Crazy Bill, what's Jeff saying about the rain?
I'll just check the weather report.
And Shadows has spun! Shadows has spun! I'm not sure what happened there. He's got severe wing damage. Did he come to blows with DT Bevs? I'm not sure if he did. But he's gone flying into the wall there.
Yeah,
he needs to come into the pits.
Rain any moment.
Rain any moment, Jeff's saying. So it's not going to be rain towards the end of the race. We're going to get it about halfway through, according to Jeff. So things are going to get interesting. This could completely change everything. Crazy Bill tells us we are going to get rain soon. Hopefully Nunda does well, so joke to say that'd be good for Ferrari to pick up some more points as DT Bev's closing in on FIFA Beefy there. Let's have a look. He's got the pace, hasn't he? He's really closing up. And he gets the moves. I think has Beefy got wing damage? Beefy has got wing damage. Did he come to blows with his teammate? Was it Shadows charging on his teammate then? As we see Bevs go down the inside of Beefy, and they're side by side. And Bevs is going to get that move done. I'm thinking now that Shadows went for a move on his teammate, and Beefy could have got wing damage from that as Shadows comes in the pits for fresh mediums. Oh dear, have we seen teammates come? That's me just jumping to conclusions, but we've seen wing damage on Beefy's car.
I don't know whether to stay out and wait for the rain or to go in for some fresh softs.
Well, if he's saying it's starting to rain, we can see rain. We have got drops of rain then. So definitely not time to come in, is it, and put more softs on. It's hanging it out now until the intermediates come. But you've got to think these 7 guys that have been on the mediums for 15 laps, they're going to start to struggle for grip really bad, especially a few drops of rain in the air. But it's not wet enough to put the inters on yet. Schooner gets a 3-second penalty down in 13th. Jawley has just put fresh softs on. He might regret that now. Although he is closing back up to this battle, isn't he? Not too much going out on the track then at the moment. We've just got this train, haven't we? DRS train for P6, where Theo is at the moment. Adam's up in P5. Shadows came out down in P17, and I'm surprised he didn't put fresh softs on, as Jawley sets fast his lap down in P11 then. Such a shame for Shadows. There's still a lot to play for. Still no safety car, not even a virtual safety car yet either. We do tend to find that on Friday nights in the championship. We don't get many safety cars as Vintage is passing Andy Lew, and that's because Andy Lew's in the pits. Shadow's also in the pits. He's got a penalty for speed in the pit lane. Is he going to go for intermediates? Yes, he is. He's taken a gamble then. He's going early for the inter Shadows. Not retiring the pits, that's brilliant. But Billy Dave's ghosting as he's getting out of the way, as he's getting lapped, unfortunately. He's just come in the pits. After a good quality for the Billy Dave, he's struggling now. How long?
Coming in the pits?
How long is it going to be until these guys come into the pits then? It's probably still not wet enough, is it?
Still feels alright, to be fair.
Still not wet enough, absolutely not. And these tyres are going to start to go off, aren't they? There's that gap then between Beefy and Beefy struggling.
Front left.
56 front left, there we go, and so they are starting to go off. They can go a lot more than that though, definitely. But with a few sprinkles of rain, it's going to be even harder. Cowie, so it needs to rain hard for medium runners. We've got also in the comments, Jake the Slater gave Beefy damage lap 1. Oh, Jake the Slayer, I think he means there. Oh, we didn't see Beefy get any damage, but obviously if Danny's saying that, that's how Beefy got the damage. And yeah, that's what we get for jumping to conclusions. So he's done really well to carry that on for Beefy for the whole race. And that might be why he's a tad slower than we expected. With that wing damage, he's keeping up though really well. I think Adam's fallen. Yeah, this train's fallen a bit further back from the top 4, isn't it? So Beefy might come in and go on for the inters a bit early. And we have got a yellow flag. We've got a Red Bull. It's shadows, isn't it? It is shadows on those intermediates. It is not time for inters yet, is it? He cannot control that car. He's coming back into the pits. I think he might be retiring here. Shadows and Nunda's in the pits as well. Shadows has had a poor race, hasn't he? Well, he had a fantastic race to begin with. What's Shadows going to do here then? As we see Nunda, yeah, Nunda is in the pits. He's coming in the pits, Shadows. I think he's got a penalty to serve first. Nunda, where's he going to come out of the pits then? He's going to come out right at the back of this battle, isn't he, on these intermediates? I'm still not sure it's time for wet tyres yet. Well, let's see what Nunda does, but we know Nunda loves the rain, doesn't he? So he is keen to get onto these tyres. Shadows and the Billy Dave are both coming for soft. So Shadows, great to see Shadows staying on, by the way. Not retiring at all, even though he is, I think, a lap down now. After that spin he had, or instant, or whatever it was. How's Nunda coping on these tyres? DT Bevs has been absolutely phenomenal, by the way. Up in P2 now, less than 3 seconds off the lead. I don't think Nunda's as quick as the front runners at the moment, is he? The gaps. Yeah, Cryptic Alibi is catching up. Look at this. Cryptic Alibi, oh, he's got to be careful. That's not a place to go for a move.
Oh, I'm starting to lose grip a lot now, mate.
Yeah, Nunda's on the intermediates at the moment, though. And he is all over the place. He's nearly spinning the Cryptic Alibi. On the 18 lap old hards, eases past Nunda. And he's going to get passed here by Jawley as well on the fresh softs. It is not time for inters yet. Nunda might have just thrown his race away. McKenty's coming to pits. We've got a spin. We've got a spinner. It is Vintage, I think. I think it was Vintage. It was. He's down in 15th. Theo's in the pits. Oh, what was that battle we just saw there? Jawley on Cryptic Alibi. Jawley on fresh softs. Alibi on old hards. Jawley's going to get the move done. Up for P6 then. Nunda needs the rain to come down hard now.
I'm on inters now.
We see some more runners coming on inters then. McKenty, Crazy Bill, Theo all coming out of the pits on intermediate tyres then. Theo, Gooner's in the middle of this battle now. Gooner on those medium tyres. Oh, he's sliding in front. Oh, Theo's sliding too. They both keep it together though. DT Bev still closing up on Sloth by quite a lot in 19 laps on mediums. Fantastic effort, guys. Marv up into P5 then. Great effort from him too. Starting on the hards at the back then. He's on for some points. And Nunda 2 seconds back from Cryptic Alibi now. He's put them on too early. He's going to lose out big time. I think the podium's in question now for Nunda. We know he loves the rain, but he's far too keen to get onto these tyres. It's going to cost him big time. And Sloth and Beefy are both in the pits as well then. It is intermediate tyres. I think Beefy's going to change wing here. And he does. So that's going to take Beefy a bit more time. Adam and Marv in the pits too. Jawley's staying out on these fresh softs. Cryptic Alibi staying out too. Nunda's still falling back though, isn't he, from the guys in front?
I lost a lot there.
Come on, Bev, saying Tango. So Jawley and Cryptic Alibi, P3 and P4. Cryptic Alibi starting to lose it though. So yeah, we might see this gap for Nunda start to come back down. Maybe it is time. I think the time for the crossover is about now. 215 comments today. Absolutely fantastic. You guys going mad at it today. Maniac's coming to the pits. He's got a penalty of speed in the pit lane. I think nearly everyone is on the intermediates now. DT Bev's in the lead though. Let's have a look at this gap for P1. Bev's going for an overcut here then. It's still about 18 seconds though, isn't it? Sloth's starting to close it down quickly, so yeah, I do think it is time now for DT Bevs to come into the pits. He is now losing time, isn't he? And then I think DJ Julie and Cryptic Alibi will in a second as well, because Nunda's really closing up. So yeah, Nunda might be able to claw back some of this advantage. And DRS is disabled, and Nunda is going to be closing right back up to Cryptic Alibi, and they've got to be careful. Cannot overtake through corners that are that narrow in Hungary. DT Bev's in the pits then. I'm sure Sloth will take the lead again. I'm sure Julie and Cryptic will pit too. And Cryptic, I think, he's not moving out of the way. He just got a bad exit. Here we go. And Cryptic's going to come in the pits. I'm sure Julie must already be. Julie's staying out. We've got a yellow flag. DT Bevs comes out of the pits then in P2. I'm not sure what the yellow flag was for. DJ Julie's staying out. Where does he come out? It is P2 for Bevs, but he's 4.3 seconds now behind. Cryptic Alibi in the pits then. He's done the hard stint on the hard. Inters now to the end for him. Everyone on the Inters, Shadows and Bearded Dave, coming in the pits again for the Inters now. They have had quite a few pit stops, haven't they, so far? Yeah, 4 stops for Shadows, 3 for the Bearded Dave. Cryptic Alibi is now in the pits too. Have a look at the penalty. Yeah, there we go. That's a fantastic thing to look at now, isn't it? Penalties. Thank Codemasters for that. DJ Julie's got 11 seconds. Nunda, Bevs and Sloth haven't got any penalties. There we go. It's great to have that. Thank Codemasters for one thing for once. Marv's just got a 3-second penalty as well. So we are about level in this race now, apart from Julie, who still needs to pit. V for Beefy's got another 3-second penalty. At the moment, he's still going to be P5, but it's going to hinder his run to the guys at the top. Sloth's led start to finish, isn't he? I think it was about a millisecond when Nunda overtook him, got his nose in front, and then Sloth took it back. And that was it, wasn't it? As Nunda gets past DJ Julie then. Julie on these soft tyres. I'm sure he's going to come into the pits now.
The oversteer.
But I said that last time, didn't I? What does he do? Surely he's coming in now. And DJ Julie does come in the pits then. I think he'll come out in P11. And there we go. And FIFA Beefy takes P4. Adam's going to go up to P5. Fantastic effort from Adam. McKenty, this has really worked out well for him. He's going to be P6. Once Julie finishes in the pits. What's going on for Julie here? He's just stood still. Oh, he's got serving his 5-second penalty, of course. So he might come out. I think he'll still come out in P11 because there is a big gap between that and the next car. Yeah, the next car is a car being lapped, so he should be fine. P11 then for Julie. Still in for a good race. Nunda's 7 seconds behind DT Bevs for P2. So it does look like we're going to have 2 reserves. The top 2, as we said at the beginning of the race, though. If reserves finish on the podium, their points obviously will be moved down. Nunda almost as fast as me in the rain, says Serious Mushroom. He is quick in the rain, isn't he? But he's got a big gap to pull up to DT Bevs at the moment. They call him BT Bevs. Cryptic Alibi P10, be good to see him getting the points as well. Haven't quite got this train anymore, although it is still quite close between all of them, isn't it? Up to, it's being held by Adam in P5, isn't it? McKenty's right on the back of Adam. Marvsky in P8 as well, so he's on for some good points. He's putting Crazy Bill under a lot of pressure at the moment. Not too sure, we might have a discussion after this race actually about this reserve thing, because last week, if we took the reserves out, I know obviously it's more important towards the end of the season that people get their points because they want them a lot more. They're fighting for positions towards the end. But last week, if we took the reserves away, Jake the Slayer would have got a podium. And then if we do it this week, obviously Jake the Slayer is not going to get anything out of it, and other drivers will gain. So it might actually be better we just leave that to make it fair and consistent throughout the whole season. And maybe it's just something we move on to at the start of next season, because that might be unfair then. So yeah, I think we might have to leave it. That'd be the fairest way of doing it. So if Sloth was to win, he wouldn't, as we've done all season. The top 2 reserves, they don't score for themselves. Then Nunda just gets 15 for being third, and then there's constructors for the top 2 reserves. They get their points for the league as well. But Theo's still running in P9. I'm really anxious for him at the moment. He's not scored any points yet with us. It'd be great to see him get some, wouldn't it? Adam holding on to P5 really well too. Let's just have a quick look at the penalty thing again. Adam has got 6 seconds. McKenty 3, Crazy Bill 6, Marvsky 3, and Theo hasn't got any penalties. So as it stands, Theo's actually going to be up to P7. If he can keep avoiding penalties, that could be even better, as Adam's just gone up to 9 seconds of penalties. So Theo's actually going to be up to P6 with the penalties. Don't know if he's watching the stream, but if he is, I hope that doesn't put the pressure on him. But Theo just needs to avoid getting the penalties and keep it together for the last 10 laps. And I think he might have his first points then.
Commentator's curse, by the way.
Commentator's curse. Look, his top 10 between 10th and 11th is 8.5 seconds. Just keep it steady, Theo. We'll take this pit stop thing off.
I'm sweating my ass off right now.
Have a look at position change. Marcy has gained 9 positions, so he's on for driver of the day at the moment. Both Mercedes have made their way through the field, and Marvsky, the reason Crazy Bill is sweating is because he's got Marvsky on his tail, isn't he? He has been for the last few laps. Cryptic Alibi's on Theo's tail now as well. Theo is going a little bit slower, isn't he? Crazy Bill's got another penalty though, so Crazy Bill...
It's that same corner.
He is struggling obviously even harder now that we're in the wets and don't want Theo to clip that curb and spin. And look at the gap between the top two. It's one off. I've taken my eyes off this gap because it was such a big gap not so long ago. It was about 4 seconds, wasn't it? It's 1.3 now between Sloth and Bevs. Nunda only 5.7 further back. So Bevs gaining on Sloth really quickly and Nunda gaining on them both. And Beefy only 4.2 behind as well. Of course, he has got 6 seconds of penalties as well. So it does kind of rule him out in the equation. And it's within a second almost now. And it is within a second now between the top two. It's twice I've said it's within a second and it's creeped out of it.
Where would I finish now if the race ended?
So if the race ended now, let's have a look. Penalties. If the race ended now, you would finish P10. So you need to avoid getting any more penalties. Oh, we've had a... Beefy. Oh, we're looking at the overhead board there of Beefy. And he just lost traction. He went flying into the wall. I don't think he got any damage from it. So he's quite lucky there. DT Bevs then. Look at this. He's really closed up on Sloth. 2 guys we got into reserve today. And look at them. P1 and P2 having their own little race. How dare they? But we do think both of these drivers are going to be in the championship next year. DT Bevs through promotion and Sloth being he's been a reserve driver in our league for, well, best part of a month now, I think it's been. So they've both definitely earned their seats here next year. So this could be a fascinating battle for next year in the championship. Be a good taster for next season. Marcy has shot back slightly, yes he has. McKenty's still on the tail of Adam though. Cryptic Alibi still on the tail of Theo, and yet Theo's gained on McKenty. Oh, Marvsky, sorry. And Nunda is going to close up to the back of this battle. It's 4.6 now between Bevs and Nunda, and if Bevs is struggling to get past Sloth, which he will do, that gap between Bevs and Nunda is just going to keep closing up. Only 8 laps left, but we could have a train of 3 at the top. All with no penalties at the moment. Could get that towards the end. Quick look in the comments and come on Bev son, saying Danny. Serious Mushroom saying tell Bill to avoid curbs like the plague. Yeah, avoid the curbs like the plague then, Bill.
Oh man, I'm trying to...
Gonna get spicy to end now, so Serious Mushroom. Yeah, it's 4.3 now. Nunda's gained 4 attempts in the time. I just looked at the comments. So he really is closing up, Nunda. Loves these conditions, doesn't he? McKenty on Adam then. It is getting closer, isn't it? It's only so close it can get in these conditions though. Before you're risking running into the back of them. Is it rain for the end of the race then? Is it going to get worse or dry up, or what's Jeff saying?
I don't know.
We got a yellow flag. Virtual safety car. First safety car of any sort in the race. Bearded Dave then. He has lost it, hasn't he? I think we can have a look on board with Vintage. He might be able to have a look. No, he's not going to get there in time.
Jeff says 5 to 10 more minutes of rain before it dries up.
Oh. As you can see on the map, Bearded Dave has lost it. where we saw Beefy lose it a minute ago. I think he's
Who's that then?
just where Vintage is here, coming to this right hand curb. He's just lost it, swerved left and then swerved right back into the side on the right hand side, just like Beefy did. I think that's what the Bearded Dave's done. Such a shame for the Bearded Dave. He was involved in Instant Majorly earlier on, wasn't he? And his race hasn't been great since then, has it? A good effort from the Bearded Dave. We saw it Shadows and drive-through penalty for DJ Jawley then for speeding under the virtual safety car, and he's come straight into the pits and retired the car. And DJ Jawley then, he hasn't had a great weekend, has he? Crazy Bill's got a drive-through too. Obviously he's got his footage, so he can show us at the end. Obviously not much we can do about it, but we can at least have a look. Get your head down and focus on the race, mate. Half a second, less than half a second between the top two. 4 seconds further back for Nunda. Theo is down in P10 then. So Cryptic Alibi got past Theo. We missed that. Right, Theo's still comfortably in P10. He's got an advantage of about 7 seconds to Dylan. We got a yellow flag in Sector 1 and that's DJ Jawley's car coming out of the pits. 3.6 then for Nunda. He's closing up all the while, isn't he? We're going to take our eyes up. Oh, actually, DT Bevs, how close is he to Sloth? It's so hard to overtake here, let alone in the rain. He's got a good exit there, though. It's still not good enough. He's saved up a lot of his ERS, hasn't he? But mind you, so has Sloth, and it is easier to save ERS in the wet conditions as well, as you can see throughout the field. Look at that. Everyone saved up ERS. 100% for Crazy Bill and Marv. And Crazy Bill's in the pits to serve his drive-through penalty then. And he brakes well in time. Once Crazy Bill finishes drive-through, he could come out in P11 though, so he could still be on. Obviously he's got a lot of penalties. Any more safety cars or anything, he could still be in with a shout.
Nah, P11.
So he does come out clearly in P11. All it takes is one person to crash out in front, which is easily done in the wets, and then you're in the points. 2.8 then for Nunda. As we see Theo, yeah, it was a ghost. I was going to say he's in the middle of another car there. It must have been a ghost. Theo's starting to lose out a little bit, isn't he? He's struggling in these conditions. And we've seen a spinner. It's Cryptic Alibi from P8. He's spun, he's lost all his wing, and there we go. That's going to put his teammate Crazy Bill back in the points. He's lost half of one of his wing as well. He gets that away for his teammate. He's going to have to come back in the pits, and I think that might be the points gone then for Cryptic Alibi. 2.2 then Nunda is behind Bevs. Let's see what Bevs can do. He's really closing up on Sloth, and they break down to turn 1. Sloth still in front. As we said, all it takes is one little mistake now and anyone could go spinning. As you see, the ghost getting out of the way. Let's have a look. It is still raining pretty heavily. Any further updates from Jeff Flem?
Hang on.
Or wait till you're on a straight.
Yeah.
Well, Lee straight.
Oh, yeah.
Is the rain looking lighter, saying Serious Mushroom? Let's have a look. Yeah, we're now asking Crazy Bill. I think Nunda will get him Cowie, saying Serious Mushroom. Cowie, of course, wants, and FIFA Beefy's got another 3-second penalty.
Rain should be ending shortly.
Rain should be ending shortly then. Doesn't look like ending, looking at the sky or the track.
Well,
Adam is 15.5 behind Beefy, so I think... Yeah, Beefy's got 9 seconds, but it's not a problem. It's not going to affect Beefy at all. Cryptic Alibi is in the pits and he's changing the nose cone. He might be going for fastest lap. Might be able to take that off someone. And look, Nunda 1.3 behind DT Bevs. When Nunda gets on the back of this, he's going to be so fast. I think he's going to put the guys in front under a lot of pressure. Whereas Bevs is struggling to get past Sloth. And Bevs has got a fuel save as well towards the end of the race. He's on a yellow fuel gauge, but he's got to save fuel at some time before now and the end of the race. Although he's got the best exit there, he's got a fantastic exit, and again he's just, is he going to get close up? He's going to go for it. Oh, he's not going to go for it. If only that straight was a couple hundred yards longer.
Well, if the race ended now, would I still be in 10th?
Oh, I'm not too sure. No, you wouldn't. Yeah, you would. You'd still be 10th now, yeah. Nuna's going to move in a second very short, isn't he? Sloth's getting a little bit wobbly then. I can't. This DT Bevs, look, is another gearbox glitching thing, isn't it? It's just making a horrible racket, and Bevs has got to be careful of attacking Sloth now, because if he loses out, he's then got Nunda right on his tail. Does look like, unless anything goes majorly wrong, that this is going to be the top three. None of them have got penalties. Might not be in this order, but it looks like this is going to be the top three. Adam McKenty doing really well, and Adam is for P5, although he has got a lot of penalties, so it will drop him further down. Oh, he's nearly lost it there though. He did well to hold it together. Theo's 7.8 further back from Marv. He's feeling the pressure, isn't he? Dylan within 2 seconds of him now. Just keep it together, Theo. Come on. He's got no penalties. We've got big gaps between the bottom 5. They're all quite further away. As Guna's in P11, he's only 7.2 seconds off P10. If Guna avoids any more penalties and any more incidents, Guna's there ready to pounce on some points. And the battle's out front then. Bevs is still closer to Sloth, and Nunda's actually fallen a little bit further back through this sector. Yeah, he's had a much slower lap. Yeah, plus 2.7. Obviously a lot of that is from being held up from the guys in front, but he obviously had a poor sector 1. And look how close Bevs is, right on the tail of Sloth, isn't he? Less than 4 tenths. Again, he does need to fuel save, doesn't he? So that could make him vulnerable to Nunda.
Oh, it's not raining.
It is not raining. Oh my god, then. Is anyone gonna go for the soft tyres? I mean, surely it's too wet on the track still now. Surely it's still too wet.
Still sliding.
But in 3 laps time, it is going to get dry on this track. I'm sure it's going to be too late for people to come in and put soft tyres on, but people are going to really struggle. And Maniac's coming to pits, and he is putting soft tyres on. He's got nothing to play for at the moment. He's down in P12 or 13 it was, so he's going to go for it. Survival of the fittest now, really, isn't it? And look, the track is much drier. Already, look at the straight, how dry it is. Is anyone going to gamble it then and go for the softs?
Yeah, the Maniacs.
Or are we going to see some interslicks? Andy Liu is in the pits then. Is he going to go for the softs too? Presume he is. He's got a 5% penalty for speed in the pit lane though. And the gap between the top 3, look. Sector 2 is still looking quite wet. Still, and that is a bit of a lot of turns as well, so I think that's going to be a big ask to put softs on. Yeah, Andy Lewis on the softs down in P16. Will any of the front runners box for softs? I'm pretty sure they won't.
Can you ask for track conditions?
No.
On Jeff.
Oh, I don't think you can ask Jeff, no. And Nunda's actually closer to DT Bevs now, and Bevs is to Sloth, so Bevs is under more pressure. Again, that fuel gauge keeps going and disappearing, going and coming again, doesn't it? Let's see what Nunda can do. He's got a good exit as well into the straight. He's got more pace. He's always gone a bit slidey there though. And Nunda's got the ERS activated. There's no DRS of course yet because it's still not dry enough. He's not going to go for a move down the inside. Will DRS be enabled soon though? That is the question. That is what Nunda and Bevs are going to want. And Bevs again still needs to save some shit. There's only 2 laps left though, including this lap as well. So no one's obviously going to be pitting now in the top 10. We might get 1 lap of DRS though, if the track dries up a little bit more towards the end of this lap. Can't stop now, surely, says Searsman. And Nunda should have gone for that. Yeah, it might have been his only chance there for Nunda. As DT Bevs is now looking on the back of Sloth. No, I can't listen to this. That gearbox glitch is absolutely horrible. Gives me a headache. Adam in P5. Remarkable job. And I'm sure...
The only reason I'm saying that is because my intermediates are on fire.
What's that?
Like the tyre temp.
Yeah, I think it's time for softs now. Yeah, I think it's time for softs. Obviously, there's only one lap left once you cross the line again, so it's not worth it now. You just have to hold it out for one lap. Conditions, we've not seen a race like this at all in WNR before, where people are just going to have to coast home on these inters, aren't they, on a dry track. As Sloth starts the last lap, and Nunda had a look at DT Bevs, didn't he? We've got no DRS enabled, have we, unfortunately. Track is still a tiny bit too wet, and I think we should have had that available for the last lap, as Andy Lou's got a 3-second penalty. I wish the host of the lobby who's spectating could actually control it. And we got DRS. We got DRS enabled. We're going to get it. Oh, no, look how close he is. Is he going to go for it? He's not. We're going to get DRS for about about a second, aren't we? Is the DRS zone before the checkered flag? I think it is, just about. We're going to get it for about a second. And Sloth, yeah, Sloth is pulling away. DT Bevs has had to save fuel, isn't he? So Sloth is pulling away them. None of them have got penalties. Absolutely fantastic that race from these three guys at the front. Just seen a couple of penalties pop up then. Beefy should coast home in P4 as well. Just avoid penalties the last couple of corners. Oh, they're taking it cautiously now. These guys towards the back might get DRS. They've just had DRS if they were in. Not actually close enough. Anyway, here we go then, through the final corner. I Am Sloth reserving. He's going to win his first race in WNR. Absolutely fantastic. I Am Sloth wins. DT Bevs takes second. Nunda P3. Top 3. Absolutely fantastic race from them all. Really enjoy watching them. McKenty's getting past Adam. And I don't think Adam fought it too hard because he has got so many penalties. Oh, Adam's left the session. No. He's on the last couple of corners. Oh, no, his car's getting passed by Marv. Theo's up into P8. How's Theo up in P8? He must have got past someone else.
Or Delano.
He was already in front of Dylan. I thought he was down in 9th. Oh well, that's just me being so that Adam has crossed the line, so hopefully he'll cling on to that P7 at least. He wouldn't have been in his 5th anyway because the amount of penalties he's got.
Theo's first point.
Theo is going to get his first points. It's P7 for Theo. Absolutely fantastic. Dylan 8th. Adam drops in 9th then. Crazy Bill, when he crosses the line, it is P10 for Crazy Bill. What can Guna do? I think Guna's got a couple of penalties of himself though. Does Crazy Bill take the final point? Yes, he does. Guna couldn't make it. Cryptic Alibi is going to be last across the line. He's left the session now, unfortunately, as well. Sloth, absolutely fantastic, mate. What a win. DT Bevs as well. Thanks for reserving last minute for us. Absolutely stellar effort. Nunda 3rd. Beefy quite a way back in 4th. McKenty 5th. Great effort after starting low down. Same for Marv. Theo 7th. First points, mate. Really impressive. Vintage saying Theo gives away. Jockey Hockey, what's up, Nunda? Nunda saying so frustrating, should have went for it. Nunda, yeah, he could have done, but he did well. Nunda did really well to hang back. He doesn't need to take risks, he just needs to take these points now, Nunda. He finished ahead of all of his rivals. That is all Nunda needs to do now. Dylan saying GG, lads. Join back just in time. GG's top 3, saying Formula Moments. It was fantastic from the top 3. Oh, take a breath.
Jesus Christ, how stressful.
Look at this, and yeah, no penalties on the top 3 as well. There we go, the sun's come out in the background now. Adam Pitt had a fantastic race. He's unfortunately had so many penalties, so put him down to P9, and he got kicked at the end of the session as well. I think he might have kept P8 if he didn't, possibly even P7. Such a shame there for Adam. But Marv and McKenty did manage to pick up some decent points for their teams after starting quite far down. Great effort from them. I'm looking forward to a potential Sloth and Bevs battle in the championship next year. Really looking forward to that. Wow, look how spread out it was in the end from the guys. It was a minute between the top 10. Just shows survival of the fittest towards the end, wasn't it? A fantastic race for those guys though. Quick look through the comments. Congrats Sloth from Guna. Vintage saying GG's all. Great drive by Vintage too. Absolutely P13. Yeah, Vintage quality drive. Vintage ahead of the Maniac and a couple of others as well. Cryptic Alibi saying gutting. Feel like I had P6 guaranteed. In fact, he was doing really well. Cryptic Alibi. Great strategy he played as well. Unfortunately, he had that spin. Dylan saying well done Theo for his first points and Sloth for the win. Absolutely. Theo, fantastic mate. Theo will take the headlines for his first points, but the top three, absolutely fantastic race from them all. We are going to end it there then. We will see you tomorrow night for the Premier League. Stream will start at about 7:30 again in Hungary. Well done guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you tomorrow.